If you've ever walked away from a meeting, a conversation, a moment with someone thinking to yourself, I should have said something, or why didn't I say that before the other person? Then stop what you're doing and watch this video because this video is for you. And I want you to watch this not because you didn't know what to say, it's not because you weren't smart enough, but I know deep down it's because somewhere along the way you've learned to stay quiet. And you know that you should have spoke up and that you know that you have held yourself back because you were waiting for that perfect moment where you had to be more ready, more prepared. And today I want to talk to you about how so many smart, capable people like yourself stay quiet and how I want you to change that. Now, my name is Christina Crowley-Arklie. I'm a business coach, communication strategist, and entrepreneur who works with highly ambitious entrepreneurs like you build burnout-free businesses through leadership and communication. Now, here's what I've noticed in this conversation about why we don't speak up. I've noticed it because in my own life, in my own work, in the own conversations that I've had, there's so many people, including women like yourself, who every single day struggle to speak up, that it's not because they are insecure, they're highly aware of themselves and extremely capable, smart people. But I know that you are thinking to yourself, is this the right time? Has someone else already said this better? Do I have enough context? Am I prepared enough? And will I come across the wrong way if I don't have all these things perfectly lined up and perfectly prepared? But that's actually not what's happening here. What's actually happening is that you're trying to manage everyone else's comfort before your own. And you also struggle with your own discomfort of putting yourself out there, of getting uncomfortable in taking that risk that you know you have to do in order to put yourself out there and speak up to share your voice. Now, I've been there. I've been sitting in rooms where I absolutely had to say something to contribute. I know I should be speaking up, that I actually could be the person that has better ideas about it. And I chose to stay silent because I wanted to be so thoughtful, so prepared, and so respected in how I said it. But I realized that over time, that pause just became a habit. And that, again, it's making us just comfortable sitting there rather than putting ourselves out of our comfort zone, which one of my favorite quotes is always, life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So here's the truth that I want to share with you today that changed everything for me. And it's how I see confidence. It's that confidence is not the absence of doubt. Confidence is the decision to speak up with that doubt present. You're never going to be perfectly ready. It's about progress over perfection. And the more people who wait there, who sit waiting to feel ready, they will continue to sit there on the sidelines watching other people pass by. I hope that is not you after this video, because it's going to take practice. And here's the real reason why smart people, especially women in business, stay quiet. It's because they've learned that being liked feels safer than being seen. But leadership, the real true leadership that you need to run your own business, in your role within your team or your business, your brand, or as a leader, it's that visibility is needed before certainty. You have to put yourself out there, and that's required before anything's ever going to be certain. And let me say this clearly. You don't build confidence before you speak. You build confidence because you spoke. So here's the practical action I want you to take. The shift that I want you to start thinking about when you have those moments of pause with yourself where you say, I should be saying something right now, but I gotta be more prepared. I gotta wait till I'm ready. Speak up when you're 60 or 70% ready. Do not wait until you're 100% ready. If you wait until your thoughts are perfectly prepared, how you say it, how it's delivered, how it's going to be perceived by others, the moment will pass. And so instead, speak when you're most likely clear with yourself and when you've given yourself that permission that I'm going to do this today and I'm going to speak up. And this does two important things for you. One, by giving yourself permission, it proves to yourself that you are ready to act with a certain type of courage that comes with vulnerability. And that's being human. And other people will respect that vulnerability about you because they know themselves they are wanting to do what you're doing, but they're not doing it. And you're doing it. So that's the courage and the vulnerability to show and prove that you're a human. But second, what this does by speaking up, even when you're not fully ready, when you're building your confidence time and time again to build up your confidence, that trust in yourself, it's teaching your nervous system that speaking is actually safe and that putting yourself out there beyond your comfort zone, while uncomfortable at first, is actually worth the risk. And by proving that to yourself, that is what kind of builds that muscle, that flex in yourself to trust yourself more, to speak up more, and that ultimately builds your confidence more. So the more you practice this, speaking up at the 60, 70%, not waiting till you're 100% ready, the less it treats your body, treats your voice, and taking that risk like harm. It will become more safe for you. And you teach yourself to give yourself permission, even more so when you're taking that risks. So I want you to hear this. You don't need to become louder. You don't need to shout louder. You don't need to become someone else or become performative. You don't need to become smarter. Your voice already carries the weight. You know that you have something to say and you know it's worth saying. It just needs repetition, and it needs the confidence from you first to give yourself permission to share it with others. And it's that practice and putting yourself out there more and more that will help. So the next time you are sitting there in that meeting, that conversation, that moment with someone, asking yourself that pause, that hesitation, is this perfect? Am I ready? Ask yourself, is this honestly how I'm feeling? And should I say it right now? And then say it. If this resonated for you, this idea about why we don't speak up, how you can speak up more, and the practice and repetition that you need to put in how to build that confidence and trust in yourself, to give yourself permission, hit subscribe or drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what part of this resonated for you. And if it did, share this video with another person, another woman in business who you know needs the same reminder too.